What's up guys, Jimmy here with another Lots of Games video, and welcome to episode 7 for super cheap Xbox 360 games. If you guys enjoy these videos, definitely hit that thumbs up button so I can know to make more. And for those of you guys that want to support my channel even more and get rewarded for it, definitely check out my Patreon page when you get the chance. Definitely do it today. If you want to support my page, basically for Patreon, you'll get the chance to give like a monthly tip for people that you want to support and you want to take to the next level. At my Patreon page, if you support at the $5 level, I'll have exclusive videos that will be available to you guys, exclusive Lots of Games videos that you guys can check out. And also at the $5 level, also send you out a exclusive postcard with a message written by me. It was requested that I have different levels also as rewards. One of the reward levels is I will send out to you, whether it's a PS3 or Xbox 360 game, your choice, a super cheap game, and I will sign it and send it out for you. Definitely check out my page when you get the chance. You can become a patron, help me take my channel to the next level if you enjoy and believe in the things that I make and the content that I create. It's basically like giving a monthly tip. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the first game. As always guys, for those of you that are not familiar with this series, I go over 8 games that you can get on the cheap. These games I'm going over are pre-owned that you can get on the cheap. There's a lot of great games out there. And in today's episode, I'm really going to go over some excellent titles that I've had the chance to really enjoy. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? The first game is an RPG with some nice action, with some nice immersion, and that's Deus Ex Human Revolution. This is a game that really hasn't been out too long, and it's available for several different platforms. This game has a lot of atmosphere to it. Now, if you're not a fan of games with a lot of story and a lot of things to check out, a lot of atmosphere, this one's definitely not for you. This game does have nice, intense action and beautiful visuals, but it's far more than that. There's a whole lot of story to this game, and it is an excellent title. I can only imagine what the production budget for this, because it's a gorgeous game and it definitely belongs in your collection. You can pick up Deus Ex Human Revolution for $4.99 used at GameStop. Okay, next up is a game. This one actually caught me by surprise at how much it had sold. But Capcom just recently announced on how this particular game is their best-selling game of all time, which has me kind of scratching my head. I honestly thought that there would be no game that would be able to outsell or outpace the original Street Fighter II for the SNES, but apparently, according to Capcom, this game has outsold Street Fighter II for the NES. Of course, there's different Street Fighter II games for the SNES, like Championship Edition or other editions. But this game right now, it got kind of mixed reviews from gamers, but I personally really enjoyed it. And that is Resident Evil 5. Now this is a game, beautiful game. It's been out for several years now. And right now you can get it used at GameStop for $6.99. This is a game, it introduced co-op to the Resident Evil franchise. This one is really an excellent game. It is definitely different. Some would say that Resident Evil 5 is a really good game. It's just not a really good Resident Evil game. I really liked it. I thought I don't want to use this word too much in this episode, but I thought there was a really nice atmosphere to the game. I thought there was a really nice pacing. The different levels were really enjoyable to play through. Yeah, Resident Evil 5, definitely check it out when you guys get the chance. Has a great co-op experience, whether you're playing offline or online, and for $6.99, it definitely belongs in your collection. Next up is a 2D fighter, a gorgeous 2D fighter. And I remember reading an article on the Kotaku website on this game, and that is BlazBlue Calamity Trigger. And they're talking about how this game, I don't know if it was in the arcades in Japan, and how it's possible that it could be coming to the 360 and PS3. And I was just like drooling over it, because I'm a big fan of 2D fighters. I'm like, oh man, this looks incredible. This looks like a fighter with anime characters in it. A really nice selection of fighters to choose from. So this was the first in, there's a few different BlazBlue games that you can pick up for the 360 or the PS3. This is the first one that dropped on the 360 and PlayStation 3, and I had the chance to play a lot of hours online and offline, and I really enjoyed it. This one actually, with the different characters you play, there's a lot of character interaction, a lot of story and content, which I'm not too used to with 2D fighters. I enjoyed the story with Mortal Kombat 9, I believe, but really enjoyed BlazBlue Calamity Trigger. Definitely something different. The art style and some of the humor is kind of tongue-in-cheek. But yeah, just a gorgeous game with a really gorgeous soundtrack. Right now you can pick it up used at GameStop for $9.99, and if you're a big fan of fighters, definitely check this one out, guys. Okay, next up is a shooter, and really a lot of people I think forgot about this game because I don't think the 360, it had only been out for maybe a year or two. Okay, and a lot of people really forgot about this one, and I think unfortunately a lot of people wrote this one off like, ah, that game sucks, it's just another shooter. It's just not another shooter, trust me. Time Shift, you can get it now used at GameStop for $2.99. So this is a game that was released, of course, years ago, and I believe the publisher was Sierra. Okay, just kind of give you an idea. But in the game, the kind of interesting aspect or feature for Time Shift, it is a great shooter. Let's just get that out of the way. Great shooter, but in the game you'll have the chance to slow, stop, or reverse time in the game, which adds a definite new twist in the game. You might have impossible odds that you have to deal with in the game, but to be able to manipulate time adds a definite fun factor and uniqueness and innovation to the first-person shooter genre. Definitely check it out. And at $2.99 used at GameStop, I definitely recommend, guys, that you put this in your collection. It's something unique, something different. I know there's a lot of first-person shooters out there, but trust me, check it out. I think you'll really enjoy it. Okay, so next up, this is an interesting quick story for you. I had the chance to go to the midnight release. I honestly, guys, I haven't been to a lot of midnight releases, okay? But I had the chance to go to the midnight release for Red Dead Redemption. And when I was there, there's a guy I struck up a conversation with, had a lot in common with him with the different types of games that I enjoyed. But this guy was major hardcore. He would buy like, 2 or 3 games. I don't know what kind of job he had, but he's like, he was picking up that game, but there's a couple other games that were released around the same time, and I think one of them was Alan Wake, and the other one was this game. So I was just getting Red Dead Redemption, and I was finally able to pick this one up from a user on Leap Trade, the game trading site, and that game is Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands. Around this time, there was, of course, the Prince of Persia movie, I believe, and I wasn't too sure. I'm like, oh man, Prince of Persia around the time of the movie, this game is probably going to suck. There are some solid Prince of Persia games that are made available on the PS2 and the GameCube and the original Xbox. But this actually is a decent, I would say good, action game. And right now you can pick it up used at GameStop for $6.99. I'm glad that I got this, and when I did it a video not too long ago, and I opened a package, several packages, and this was included in one of the packages. And a lot of you guys told me this game is actually a good game. Check it out, Jimmy. Play it. And so, guys, definitely check it out when you get the chance. You can get it used at GameStop for $6.99. Definitely belongs in your collection if you are a big fan of action games. So next is a game I'm hoping that you can find. If you're a fan of shooters, of course I'm going to show you some of the gameplay. I'm not sure if it's up your alley, but this is a game. It was released. I'm not sure if it was a full price game, like a $50 or $60 game. I think it was a pretty expensive game to begin with, but it quickly dropped in price because I don't think there was a big fan base of it. It's kind of like a niche following, but that is WarTech. You can get WarTech right now, used at GameStop for $2.99. This is just a very fun, fast-paced, colorful shooter with interesting, it kind of has like a short storyline depending on which character you play with. I'm a big fan. I'm a sucker for shooters. I had a lot of fun with this one, and this one really did bomb in terms of sales. It was published by Ubisoft, but honestly, I don't think there was there's probably zero advertising or marketing that was done for this game. The marketing was probably very little because I think Ubisoft realized there wasn't going to be that much of a market for it. But for those of you guys that are fans of shooters, definitely check out WarTech when you get the chance. $2.99 is an excellent price because there are some decent shooters out there, and especially for the Xbox 360, and this one definitely belongs among the ranks with them, and a great price. Definitely check it out, guys, when you get the chance. I had a lot of fun with this one. Okay, this is an interesting story. The next one is a Splinter Cell game. Okay, and they made the announcement, I don't know if it was 2007 or 2008. They were showing some of the gameplay at E3, but they ended up, Ubisoft kind of put it off on the back burner, and they thought there was not enough innovation, so they totally reworked the game. And I had the chance to see the first gameplay for this game at the 2009 E3. I think 2009 E3 was the first time that Ubisoft showed any of the gameplay for the reworked new version of Splinter Cell Conviction. Pick it up, used now at GameStop for $4.99. And I had the chance to play this one from start to finish. Absolutely loved it. I loved it so much. When I went to E3 and I saw some of the gameplay, I'm like, man, this game looks really good. It looks amazing. Wasn't sure when I ended up getting the game if I was going to enjoy it that much, but I really did. And for $4.99, guys, definitely check it out. Some fans of the Splinter Cell series didn't enjoy this one too much, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It had a really nice pacing to the game, a lot of nice action, a really fun, fast-paced storyline, and for around $5, definitely a no-brainer. So my final title I'm going to go over with you guys is the first Mass Effect game. Of course, this is the collector's edition, but the standard copy of the game you can pick up right now used at GameStop for $9.99. And so I'm showing this to you guys. I know a lot of gamers out there go, oh, the best Mass Effect was probably Mass Effect 2. And I kind of go back and forth between the different games in the series. A lot of people don't give the first Mass Effect game the credit that it deserves. It is a beautiful game. It is a very fun game, very enjoyable game, a very enjoyable RPG. There were definite features or aspects of the game that they improved upon in the second title in the series, Mass Effect 2. But Mass Effect, the first one, it is an excellent game, guys, and if you do not have it, definitely check it out. It is a great title. You can get it used now at GameStop for $9.99, and it is a blast, especially if you are a big fan of sci-fi RPGs. Well, guys, that's it for episode 7 for super cheap Xbox 360 games. Again, if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.